From the world's most famous arena to Logan, Utah. Welcome to ESPN Primetime Football. Mountain West game, San Jose State on the road against Utah State. Eamon McEnany along with David Diaz-Infante and Allison Williams. Utah State threatening on its first possession after taking over with great field position. Kent Myers looking for 6, well defended. And that's Jimmy Pruitt on the coverage, looking for Hunter Sharp. David, this is a Utah State team looking for its 5th win in a row despite playing with its 4th-string quarterback.
I tell you what, this coaching staff has done with this football team, how they've managed that position, have tailored their offense to their strengths, also the strength of their team, knowing they have the #1 defense in the Mountain West Conference.
Here's a look at Matt Wells in his 2nd season at his alma mater. First it was Chucky Keaton. And then standout went down. Craig Harrison, Darryl Garrettson. Now the freshman out of Texas, Kent Myers. And he keeps it himself on the outside at the 10, the 5, touchdown Aggies. So they take advantage of the good field position after the 3-and-out forced by the defense. And now Nick Diaz on for the extra point. And they fake it, looking for 2. I think they thought it was a free play. We'll see what the flag is. Jerron Bentrud, the punter. Looked like San Jose State might have jumped.
Offside. Defense, number 70. Half the distance to the goal. The try will be from the 1 1/2 yard line.
Here's a look at our referee tonight, David Alvarez. So the call goes against Fernando Villanueva. And the extra point is good. Diaz makes it 7-0 Utah State.
And you'll see on that touchdown by Utah State, number 25, Akeem King, is going to be right here. He's responsible when the play goes away for the quarterback on the backside. And this is an aspect of the Utah State offense that they've always had. The zone read down towards the red zone. You see Akeem King gets tracked inside, and that's how he's able to get to the perimeter and score that touchdown.
So Kent Myers continues his impressive play after being, they thought he'd be redshirted running the scout teams. Now he's the starter in his 4th start and giving the Aggies the early lead. And this is a Utah State team, David, that still has a lot to play for. If they win out and if Colorado State picks up a loss down the stretch, Utah State could host the Mountain West Championship game as winners of the Mountain Division. So still a lot on the line for the Aggies.
Yeah, they have this game against San Jose State, but next week they play in Boise State, and that game's got big-time implications for both teams and the rest of the conference.
Also senior night here tonight for the winningest senior class in Utah State history. Class that Coach Wells obviously very proud of. Now here's Tyler Irvin. Gets across the 20, brought down at the 22. We take a look at the standings in the Mountain Division. Colorado State, Boise State, Utah State, all at 5-1. A 4-way tie, and Utah State would host that Mountain West Championship game as well. Of course, the group of 5 bid for the New Year's Day 6 out there and on the line as well. But a lot of football left to be played for that picture to get clearer. Now Mitch Revisa, the sophomore, takes over for Blake Jurich, who was hurt on the first play of the game. Here's Irvin finding a bit of a crease. So with more on the quarterback situation for San Jose State, we send it down to the field and bring in Allison Williams.
Yeah, Eamon, as you mentioned, Blake George injured on the first play of the game. He remains on the sideline for now. He has been diagnosed with a slight knee sprain. He's going to try and give it a go, though. They did tape him up. I'm watching him on the sidelines. He's been running around. He looks okay. They're going to see how he feels and monitor him. Remember, though, guys, Joe Gray was the starter since week 4, but he was not able to play this week after getting roughed up last week against Hawaii, dealing with a shoulder and foot injury. He is dressed and here, but very limited. So Jurich was supposed to be the guy.
Coach Ron Carragher and his offensive staff obviously improvising here on the second possession of the game. 3rd and 3 for Mitch Revisa. Looking to set up the tunnel screen. Caught to Hansel Wilson, and he gets the first down with a pickup of 4. So, David, it's a cliche, but how do you think that completion makes Mitch Revisa feel to have it under his belt?
Well, it's always good to get that first one in. And the screen game's a great way to get your quarterback warmed up. It's something San Jose State's very good at. It's another way to take advantage of how aggressive Utah State's defense is.
Tim Crawley now in the backfield with Revisa. He has it running to the right. Strung out by the Aggies. Spins forward for a couple of yards after escaping Zach Vigil, which doesn't happen often.
Yeah, nice job by Tim Crowley of getting positive yards, cutting back inside and kind of spinning off the tackle and the hit of Zach Vigil. And Zach Vigil, this guy's a football player. Senior night, leads the team in tackles, 114 on the season. He is a playmaker.
He was in on that sack that hurt Jurich, he and his brother Nick. So now 2nd and 6 out of the pistol. This is Crawley trying the left this time. Gets away from Vigil, but there's a flag.
Hand off to number 2.
It's a first down if it stands. Take a look at Jurich walking around a little bit better than a few minutes ago.
Holding. Number 72 in the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It's on the junior, Wes Schweitzer.
You'll see they're just running outside zone on the left side. That left hand tugging on that jersey right there. The official's there to make that call. That's a little tight. A little tight.
Says the veteran offensive lineman.
I don't know if I would have called that one.
David does not subscribe to the theory that you can call holding on every play. So now Tyler Irvin in the backfield. He is a home run threat. Quarterback draw. Revisa has an alley. Gets across the 40 and slides. Nice block from Irvin. And now that'll set up 3rd. Revisa, a local product of San Jose. On the baseball team as well, as David mentioned, a utility outfielder. Certainly Coach Carragher had to bring the backup plan. Break it out a little bit earlier than he expected. Now on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, thinking on your feet right now.
Backfield empty for now with a tight bunch set to the left. Revisa now scrambling. Very close. Nick Vigil with the tackle. Looks like he's going to be just shy, so decision time here for Ron Carragher. Did not look like a great spot from up here. Close enough to bring out the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. This is real close. I think they're going to be short.
Coach Infante?
I myself, you're on a 4-game losing streak. You got a couple inches to make right there. I say you run for it, you go for it. Get your team fired up, convert it down, keep the football on your side of the field, hopefully, and keep that Utah State offense off the field.
Revisa's still out there. It looks like the Spartans will indeed go for it. And one thing that I would guess, being a civilian, David, that's eliminated is that hard count trying to draw the defense off sides with such an inexperienced quarterback who hasn't played with this offensive line.
Yeah, and the snap count's going to be different anyways, so I think they're going to give them their best shot. You want your best play? Bring in a couple tight ends.
And they move. So it's all moot. Now they'll be backed up 5 and punt.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So it's Evan Zarver who flinches. So now they send out Carrizosi.
And you'll see that left side. The defensive lineman flinches a little. That draws the offensive lineman off sides. But this has been an issue for San Jose State. Last week, it really hurt them down in the red zone, coming out of their own end zone as well.
And another wobbly punt out of bounds. So keeping it away from Natson's one thing, but giving them great field positions another. The Aggies get the ball back as there's a flag. So maybe the Spartans will get helped out here by a block in the back.
Illegal substitution on the defense, 12 men. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, a re-kick. 4th down.
So now you can think about going for it again.
I think so. And that's exactly what they're going to do. It's nice when you get a do-over.
So a mental error by an offensive lineman brought out the punt team. Now a mental error by the Aggies brings us back to 4th and short. San Jose State 62% on 4th down this season. And remember last week against Hawaii in that shutout, 0 for 5 on 4th down. But David, as you mentioned, when you're looking to turn things around and looking for a spark, maybe you roll the dice and are a little less cautious. So again, it's Tyler Irvin in the backfield. Visa under center. Quarterback sneak. And that's a 1st down, San Jose State. Head coach Ron Carragher fired up.
He's got to be relieved. They've been their own worst enemy in situational football, and it's nice to see them get an opportunity to go for on 4th down again and convert.
Here's Irvin to the left. Heads up field, gets across midfield. Brought down by Ricky Alifua.
And Tyler Irvin is a guy that he's capable of taking it to the house anytime he touches the ball. He's extremely quick. He's done a great job for being an undersized guy in this zone offense that the Spartans are employing.
3 touchdown runs of 75 yards or more on the season, and against some good teams. 75 against Auburn, 89 against Colorado State. Nothing doing on that one. Zach Vigil. Brings down to Visa.
You'll see Zach Vigil, look at the instincts, attacks the quarterback, takes decision-making out of the way, and makes a tackle for a loss. Again, he plays in the other team's backfield. He is a downhill, instinctive player.
Loss of 3, sets up 3rd and 7. Tyler Winston, number 15, is their main threat in the passing game. He's all the way at the bottom of your screen to the right. But they're going to try number 7 to the left. Vigil sets the edge, and another flag. Did they grab a face mask? Zach Vigil with the face mask, and he knows it.
There's a flag on the play.
You see Zach Vigil again, over pursuing Lil, but comes back
Personal foul.
clearly.
Face mask, defense, number 53. 15-yard penalty from the on the run, and a 1st down.
So Aggie miscues helping the Spartans out here on this possession. So George trying to test it out, see if he can make a return. Again, if you're just joining us, he injured his right knee on the first play of the game when he was sacked by Zach and Nick Vigil. Right now, Mitch Revisa. A couple of penalties by Utah State as the Spartans on the move. This is Tim Crawley. Gets away from one man, but then is met by a bunch of Aggies and dropped. Jordan Nielsen broke through and created the pressure. And it's a loss of 2.
And that's what this Aggie defense does. They came into this game with 89 tackles for a loss. That is incredible.
Right back to Crawley up the middle. He has an alley, gets near the 30. Another tackle for Zach Vigil.
Zach Vigil on the stop.
Take a look at his left elbow.
7 yards to go.
A turf burn there, becoming an open wound.
Yeah, that's nothing for a linebacker like Zach Vigil. Just gets him fired up.
13th play of the drive. Now Irvin in the backfield with Revisa on 3rd and 7. And the Spartans take a timeout. So San Jose State looking to get on the board. A critical 3rd down when we return.
ESPN College Football Primetime is brought to you by the U.S. Army. Some are driven by expectation, some defy them. Find your career at goarmy.com/defy. Ultra HD from Vizio. Nothing is more captivating. And Cheez-It grooves, because at Cheez-It, real cheese matters.
Senior night here in Logan for Zach Vigil and his classmates. Already the winningest class in Aggie history, looking for win number 36. And there's a look at Zach's mom getting him fired up, saying this is the last time you will play on this field. And the pep talk has worked for the most part. He already has 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, and half a sack, which he shared with his brother. But now for San Jose State, off the timeout, Revisa. Knocked away. Jalen Davis, and they say it's intercepted. Devin Centers was in bounds. Looking for Tyler Winston along the sidelines. Jalen Davis had the coverage initially. This will certainly go upstairs, obviously.
The previous play is under further review.
So Devin Centers has the interception for now. We'll see if it stands when we return. Back here at Logan, Devin Centers right now has his 2nd pick of the season. But David, what's Ed Nedig looking at upstairs to see if he can overturn this call?
Well, there's 2 things I think are going to make this call overturned. You'll see Tyler Winston right here. He's going to land out of bounds right there. And then you're going to see him touch the football. That ball is dead once that takes place, right there.
Now, Centers did a good job of having possession with his left foot in bounds. So you can see why the official there called him in bounds. But this has been a lengthy review for David Alvarez and Ed Nedig. So again, if they overturn it, San Jose State could attempt a field goal with Austin Lopez. If it stands, obviously 1st down Utah State. And of course, always important to point out that the ruling on the field was interception.
So it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call. And I think that is there. I think we established that fact. Heck of an effort by Devin Centers because he was in bounds when he made that.
And Jalen Davis to knock it away. All right, so we have the verdict. There it is. Out of bounds, making contact with the ball.
After further review, the receiver, number 15, was out of bounds when he touched the pass prior to the defensive team intercepting the ball. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. We'll have 4th down and 7 at the 31-yard line.
So the Spartans get a chance for a field goal after the overturn of the interception. And the Seminoles look to extend their unbeaten streak in an ACC battle with Boston College. Saturday afternoon football, BC against number 3 Florida State, 3:30 Eastern on ABC or ESPN2. So now Austin Lopez on. The longest of the year for him is 50 yards, but it's been a little up and down this year from 48. And he pushes that one to the left. So Coach Wells' defense makes a stand and gets the ball back to the offense. San Jose State remains with a goose egg. Back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Jimmy John's. Tremendous setting here today in Logan, Utah. It's quite balmy here, DDI. You packed your long johns, your gloves, your hand warmers. You don't need any of it.
I was a little concerned coming from Phoenix. I've gotten soft.
Now Myers over the middle behind his receiver.
Pass is incomplete.
Looking for Wyatt Houston. Akeem King with the coverage.
Akeem King made the hit, but I tell you what, he had a chance to make an interception. That ball was behind the receiver. Myers got away with one right there. That's one thing he has done. He's been careful with the football. His one interception was a kind of a 50-50 ball on a shot play down the field. Other than that, he's been really good protecting the football and managing the game.
It was last week against New Mexico. Now Lawan Hunt in the backfield. There's Robinson in motion. They give it to Robinson on the fly sweep, who stumbles.
Pitch to number 3.
Brought down by Derek Guinella. And if you're just joining us, not just injury issue on the offensive side for San Jose State, but the sophomore linebacker Christian Tago and the junior defensive tackle Tony Popovich, 2 starters out with concussion symptoms.
And those are 2 impact players on that San Jose State defense, which is playing very well. They do a great job of making tight windows for quarterbacks to throw, and they're aggressive as well.
So now on 3rd and 7, the play fake. Complete but short. Good tackle in space
Pass is complete.
by Vince Buhajer. Brings down JoJo Natson.
Tackle by number 36. Vince
Short, the Aggies will have to punt.
4th down. And 3 yards to go.
Greg Robinson, defensive coordinator for San Jose State, was our defensive coordinator in Denver when we went on our Super Bowl run. A guy's been around a long time. Done a great job on the defensive side of the ball. They're aggressive. They play tight coverage in the back end. They just need a little help from their offense.
Tyler Irvin has 1 punt return for a touchdown on the season. Rugby style kick. And Irvin goes for the fair catch signal and makes the grab. So the Spartans force a 3 and out, get it back to Ravizza and the offense.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Jimmy John's, great sandwich delivery, and in part by the New City Double Cash Card.
The field we were playing on tonight became known as Merlin Olsen Field back in 2009. He was a defensive tackle here at Utah State from 1959 to 1961 before going on to a Hall of Fame career with the LA Rams. And look at those cleats, David Diaz and Fonte. That's football.
That's what you call lacing them up right there.
Exactly. Old school.
Also born here in Logan.
And movement on the line from the Spartans again.
False start. Offense, number 49. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Let's check in with Allison Williams.
Well, offensive line coach Keith Carter cannot be happy. He just got done talking to his groups, and he said, guys, I don't know what's going on out there, but this isn't us. He said, you need to know the snap count. You just saw the false start there. You need to see safeties for pressure. You need to get your pad level where it needs to be and get movement on the backers. He said, go out there, play like your practice. What we've done is over. You need to move forward. Not able to do that there.
All right, that's a short pass completed to Andrew Voller. Tackled by Rashard Stewart. David, as an offensive lineman, just how different is it when that voice you're hearing behind you is different than the one you heard all week in practice?
Every quarterback has their own subtleties within their snap count. That's always an issue, and it takes a little bit of time and patience. And they don't have that convenience or that luxury of having practice it during the week.
Quick release off the mark. Looking for Jordan Soares. So that'll bring up 3rd and long. How cautious are you here at the deep in your own territory with a novice quarterback on the road?
Well, you have an idea of what he's comfortable with, but you've got to try and convert without making a tragic mistake, a critical error. He's got to be smart with the football.
Here comes pressure from Utah State. The screen pass is low. Looking to set up the screen for Tyler Ervin. And the crosstown rivalry heats up as the Bruins host the Trojans in a pivotal showdown in the Pac-12 South. Saturday Night Football, number 19 USC against number 9 UCLA, Saturday at 8 Eastern on ABC. Two teams playing now the way many of us thought they would play all season long. Kind of hard to believe that USC team has 3 losses, but a good punt drives Natson back. He has time, though, to survey the field. And he steps out of bounds. But you see the explosive ability for number 9 there as he gets off a good return. As we take a look at Friday Focus, hashtag Friday Focus. There's the Seahawks staff getting ready for a big game with the Arizona Cardinals. Pete Carroll and his coaches who made the trip to Seattle from USC with them. And there's a pep rally for the Trojans as they get ready for the Bruins. Bruins more businesslike.
Well, I tell you, for bragging rights in LA and recruiting battles, I mean, there's some big time competition taking place right there between Jim Mora and Coach Sark.
So now Joe Hill in the backfield with Myers. Now Myers rolling out. Aaron out. And he overshoots his man. Incomplete. For more on the Bruins and the Trojans, let's check in with Allison.
You guys said it is a crosstown rivalry, and it's one Steve Sarkisian knows well, telling our Holly Rowe. I grew up on it, being raised just 20 minutes from the campus. He also knows UCLA head coach Jim Mora very well. They're actually pretty good friends. Sark offered Washington's facilities to Mora when he was rehabbing a knee injury and out of coaching. Speaking of a friendly rivalry, Cody Kessler and Brent Hundley, also very good friends, having spent a lot of time together this summer at the Manning Passing Academy. I'm sure they'll put those feelings aside, though, tomorrow.
Hill stays in bounds.
Joe Hill on the carry.
Let's check in a couple of years and see how friendly Jim Mora and Steve Sarkisian are after a couple of those recruiting battles.
Well, that's right. Things will be highly contested there in Los Angeles. And UCLA is trying to make a statement here, you know. With a very hot USC team right now and a quarterback playing lights out in Cody Kessler.
I tell you, watching them against Cal offensively, they just look like they were playing a 7-on-7 with those wideouts, Juju Smith, Nelson Aguilar. They are a tough cover in the passing game. So 3rd and 2. Myers over the middle behind his man. Looking for Jefferson Court and incomplete. So again, another punt for Utah State after the good return by Natson. First punt of the night for Jerron Bentrud was 38 yards. Ervin standing at the 10. Drops it, picks it up, and then gets hammered by Ricidi. So San Jose State gets a break. It certainly looked live that the snap was good and right in his hands. But it's a loss of 16 and the Spartans take over.
And you'll see the snap. Look, it just bounces right off his hands. Avoids one tackle, but then watch the Spartan defense start to swarm. Ricidi finishes him off. Great opportunity right here for San Jose State to get back in this thing, create some momentum on the offensive side of the ball. Can they capitalize on the first miscue of the game by Utah State?
Do they go for it all on the sudden change play with the inexperienced quarterback? Irvin in the backfield. Play fake, Ravizza keeps it. Gets inside the 30. Devin Centers with the tackle.
San Jose State going to a little tempo right here offensively.
Picks up 3. Now he gives it to Irvin. Bounces it to the outside. Turns the corner, gets out of bounds. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Surprisingly low scoring right now. Mitch Ravizza and the Spartans knocking on the door.